When tackling any type of construction project, permitting and inspections are a fact of life, but knowing when, why, and for what may not be so clearly defined. Gregory Anderson is the director of Chatham County's Building Safety and Regulatory Services and says his department is there to help.
If you are a homeowner and this is your dwelling, your domicile, you live there and own the property, then you can do the work yourself. The state law allows you to do electrical, plumbing, heating, air conditioning work on the dwelling that you live in and own.
But what if you have rental property?
If you have rental property as a homeowner, whether it be residential or commercial, then the state law requires you to hire a licensed contractor again.
Obtaining some permits can be fairly straightforward and widely recognized by homeowners or contractors, but not all of them.
Most people know, okay, when you build a house, yeah, I need a permit for that. If I add on to that house, yeah, I probably need a permit for that. But there are a number of other things that the code requires and that the ordinance requires a permit for.
So when are building permits required? On new structures, that would include main buildings, garages, carports, and attached porches, sun decks, room additions or extensions, storage or accessory buildings, tool sheds or renovations, and door or window replacements. Any work that involves installation, removal, or cutting of any structural beams, joist replacement and bearing support, foundations and footing repair, or any work that changes the class of construction or occupancy of the building, conversion of a basement or below-grade space, modifications of an attic, storage, or other non-habitable space to living quarters, and partitioning of any habitable space, swimming pools that involve structural work and/or supports, any fences, canopies, awnings, and retaining walls over 18 inches high, and all pools that have permanently equipped water circulating systems. Removal or demolition of any building or structure, any roofing work, exterior stairs, steps, or ramps, all electrical, plumbing, and mechanical work unless waived by the Director of Inspections or a designated authority. Any radio, TV, or other antennas freestanding or attached to and on a roof of a building. All signage except as directed by Section 7-17 of the Chatham County Zoning Ordinance, underground or above ground storage tanks, and parking lots. Still have questions? Answers are just a few clicks of a mouse away.
ChathamCounty.org, Department of Building Safety and Regulatory Services. That gives an idea of what permits are required and what types of permits and when they are required.
You will soon be on your way to completing any construction task once you pocket your permit.
Once the permit is applied for, we have a 7 to 10 business day turnaround time. Permit is inclusive, so you don't need to get a separate electrical permit. You do not need to get a separate plumbing permit. All that information is contained in that one permit.
The next step along the way are inspections that are done throughout the construction process.
The building code specifically identifies at what stage of construction an inspection is required.
For a complete list of inspection requirements, log on to the Building Safety and Regulatory Services page at chathamcountyga.gov.
Again, on our website, we have a list that someone can download and make a copy of to make sure an inspector goes out and inspects that stage of construction before you go on to the next stage.
Be sure not to jump the gun during the process because it can get expensive.
There's a minimum $250 fine, if you will, that goes along with that. So it behooves you to call us first. And if there's any questions, do I need a permit for this? And we do get those calls quite frequently, and we're thankful for that.
County staff is there to help answer any question, or if you're unsure of your next steps, just reach out.
The main goal is that we have a product at the end that is code compliant, that meets the county ordinance, as well as is covered by the scope of the permit. And then we can, as a department, meet the mission and goal of this department, that is to the safety and welfare of the citizens of the unincorporated county. And that starts with a telephone call to us.